got a purpose, I got a purpose. How you got faith like that, my boy, cause God is working. How you got out that trap like that, I found my purpose. I'ma keep preaching the truth, I don't care if you heard it. Cause it's...
Say, yo, keep preaching the truth. We're here to serve, bro. We're here to wake people up. And we do that with a purpose. Now, when we have a purpose, we also have to have vision for our purpose. So I never said the vision for Brick by Brick in the introduction. So I'm just going to say that right now. Brick by Brick visions. Here at Brick by Brick, we are focused on helping the people who may be overwhelmed with their goals. In life, people focus on the goal and destination rather than the process and the journey. You can't teleport to your destination. You have to take the streets and highways. At Brick by Brick, we have to fall in love with the process while making progress. If you lay one brick at a time, eventually you look up and you see a brick wall. I want to attract people like me who may not know their purpose and are spending their life drifting. My goal is to have people thinking about self-development and use the most valuable things to their advantage, which is time in your mind. People often waste these things and don't value it because it's free. The most expensive thing is ignorance. And what we don't know is what hurts us as people. I don't want people to constantly live life just to live it. I want people to live life to the fullest and get through trials and tribulations. On my podcast, I have a voice, and I want to encourage people to join the path of self-development and working on the five pillars. Eventually, I want to get away from the matrix, which majority of people of the world is in the rat race. I want to change my life and do a full 180 so people can see the results and want a piece of that pie. Everyone wants to dream car, everyone wants to dream a home, but everything starts with a dream business. Here at Brick by Brick, I am the business. We are the business. I'm not a businessman, I am the business. So that's why I want to talk about purpose right now today. Anything you want to say about purpose before I get into the message?
Just fix your mic real quick.
Yeah.
And then just make it comfortable, like, make it look pleasing, aesthetically pleasing to the people, but for ourselves as well. When it comes to purpose, I feel as if chase the vision and everything follows. Your purpose is what you love to do, what you're here for. So like I feel as if we both come from religious backgrounds, both our parents. I was raised in church, pretty sure the same for you.
Yeah, I was raised in church as well.
So when your sword is sharp, you have to give that back to the world. Whatever gifts we have is giving it back to the world, and that's our purpose. We're all here it's like our dreams. Our dreams change over time. Our purpose could change over time, depending the point in life you're in.
Yeah, that's actually a question I have here, but the first question is, what is your purpose?
My purpose?
Yes.
My purpose is to help people accomplish their dreams.
Okay.
My purpose is to bring light where there's darkness. But most importantly, to spread the good news. The good news, the word of God, starting with that.
So what are you doing now, or the steps you're taking to fulfill your purpose? How are you helping people?
How am I helping people? Just right now, right here on this podcast, or when I have interactions with you, or any interactions that I have with others in the world. For example, the verse of the day today was Proverbs 19:17. The verse of the day. And it said, whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done. So most people focus on the income instead of letting the impact drive them. Like for me, it's about saving souls, not about me being famous. It's about the lives I could impact, the souls I could touch, those people that I could touch and build. That's why we say we're in the transformation business, not transaction. So
you don't care about the numbers. You don't look towards the numbers.
I mean, it's just a cherry on top of the cake. At the end of the day, we live in a world where that too is necessary, regardless of the fact being, but I don't focus on that. That's not what drives me. So yes, it's not what drives me.
So what drives you is you just doing good and helping people.
Of course, think of it like a plant, bro. Think of it like a tree. How would you feel when you water that tree every day, whether it be you or other individuals that I come across, and seeing them grow and blossom into a lion, a leader creating leaders?
Wow. So how you felt like you just said before, it's one of my questions, how you felt like in any part of your journey of your purpose that it changed in a way, or maybe you had a better understanding of your purpose?
Of course, starting from when When I used to live in New York, playing in the park, that was like a hobby of mine, you know. From school, or just go to the park and play. And I always said I didn't want to go to the NBA. I wanted to be an accountant because I love math. And it was just, that's something that I love to do. Your purpose. What do you love to do? What the world needs. But I got older, I started drifting, I was hanging around with the bad crowd, with the wrong crowd. So I started doing different things that didn't benefit me, but just harmed me. And as I got older, came across people like Carlos or like-minded individuals like the organization. And now I'm at a position that I could help others accomplish their dreams. And there's nothing like it. It's priceless. Seeing individuals grow.
So now the reason why you need to write down your purpose is a couple benefits to that. So one benefit for writing a purpose is self-awareness. The process of writing down your purpose forces you to deeply reflect on what truly matters to you, leading to a better understanding of yourself and your values. Another benefit is focus and direction. Having a written purpose acts as a roadmap, helping you make decisions aligned with your priorities and guiding your actions towards meaningful goals. Another one is motivation and resilience. So when you clearly understand your why, which Carlos talks a lot about, your why, he always starts with why, and that's what his podcast, he starts with a question. So when you clearly understand your why, you are more likely to stay motivated even when facing obstacles and setbacks.
It's true.
Another one, improve decision making. By referencing your purpose, your written purpose, you can elevate potential choices and ensure that contribute to your overall life goals. So writing down your purpose, you can see your vision in a way. It constantly reminds you to work harder. Also, the last one I have here is a positive impact on well-being. Studies have shown that a strong sense of purpose can lead to improved mental and physical health, better relationships, and a greater sense of life and satisfaction. So that's why it's really important to write our purpose, because it keeps us focused. You said you were drifting as well. So writing your purpose and knowing your purpose gets us up every morning. It has our drive. We have that drive to just go after our purpose. So then when things and distractions come towards us, we don't look towards those distractions. We constantly knock them off because we have a goal in mind. We have our eyes set on our purpose. But do you know someone's purpose was written before they were born? You know who that person was?
Who?
That was Jesus. Jesus' purpose, he was written before he was born. He was named before he was born. Like it was a virgin birth. Like his purpose was to be the savior of the world. Like he was the sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice for us. It's a story when Jesus, he was going after his purpose at a young age. So like 12 years old, I believe, he was 12 years old, where his family would go to Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover, but they lived in another place. So they was going back home, leaving Jerusalem, and Jesus stayed, and they were looking around. They didn't know he was going at first. They automatically expect that he was following them. But Jesus was a leader. He wasn't a follower. So he didn't follow his family back home. So they searched 3 days for him, and they ended up finding him back where they left him at. And there, he was sitting there getting information. He was teaching, and he was also learning. So he knew his purpose at a young age. And of course, times where people may not know your purpose, because you know your purpose, but people might not agree with your purpose, or they may try to interfere with that. The devil tried to interfere with Jesus' purpose. He was trying to give Jesus the world, but Jesus already had the world. The devil was trying to give him false riches, and he was trying to distract him off his purpose, but Jesus, his mind stayed consistent with his purpose. So is it anybody, or I don't know if you want to shout them out or anything, but maybe your family or anything who may have tried to tear you from your purpose or don't understand your purpose and they have negative things towards it?
I feel as if when it comes to that, never listen to people that tell you it can't be done. It says in the office, it says think big and don't listen to people that tell you it can't be done. As a little kid, I have a story time. I broke my right arm, bro, over 1 peso, which is it's less than a penny, bro. I broke my arm because they told me I couldn't do it. But I was trying to prove myself so much, my ego got the best of me, and I ended up breaking my arm like in 2nd grade. So when it comes to that, I never let the voices get to me. I don't care what anybody else says around me. Like you mentioned the story about Jesus. When it comes to Jesus, that's the only leader that's the only person I will ever want to be like. He's the leader, he's the king of all kings. An organization is leaders creating leaders. But when it comes to that, it's just, nah, bro, because if you know what you want and you know your why, the how is easy. No matter what comes your way, how you mentioned Jesus. When he was in the wilderness, resist the devil and resist the temptation and the devil will flee from you.
Mm-hmm.
So just when you know what you want, nothing's going to stop you. No matter what. There's no obstacle, there's no situation, there's nobody that can stop you from getting you what you want. But that's how ambitious you got. That's how bad you want it. That's how bad you have to want it. That no matter what, I'm going to get it. I will be myself even if it kills me, but I'm going to accomplish that goal that God has embedded in me no matter what.
So you mentioned your broken arm. Are you saying like the broken arm, like trying to like interfere with your purpose, or?
In a way, because as soon as they said I can't do it, it was like a switch in my head. That was like, nah, now I have to do it. Not for them, but for me. Who are you to tell me I can't do it? So that comes with my dreams. My dad, I feel like I still live with my parents, but I feel as if he still complains, you know, parents gonna be parents, but he doesn't doubt, he believes in me because I worked 2-3 years with him. So I feel like the respect that I earned of him, vice versa, we both connected and respected each other on a different level that no matter what, we want what's best for each other, but he respects me in my own way. Like he met Carlos as well. Like, bro, once you have a vision, in King James Version, the people perish because of lack of vision. So when you have a vision, it's up to you. There's going to be temptations. There's going to be situations. There's going to be people that try to interfere, but you can't let it get to you.
Did your dad have anything to say about you quitting your job and going after your purpose, or he just had that respect and he didn't really speak too much on it?
I mean, when it comes to that, I feel like he had the respect. He respected my decision. Cause like I mentioned on the podcast, our parents want the best for us, but sometimes they're not the best fit to give it to us. Cause if we listen to our parents, we're gonna wind up doing what they doing. Times change, bro. It ain't the same back in the 40s, 60s, 70s. We're in 2024. Times change. What they knew back then, I feel as if God sends you people in your life to sharpen up your version, to sharpen the saw and wear the saw.
Iron sharpens iron. I don't want to be around wood. I want to be around iron, so I can constantly build myself, because you don't want to put yourself in the wrong crowd. The wrong crowd can mess up your purpose.
Tell me about it.
Just being in the wrong place, wrong time. That happens to a lot of people.
What was the question you asked me? I don't know if I gave you the best answer.
What are some obstacles you have faced or situations you have encountered where people may have not understood or still don't understand the path you are taking?
Now you answer that question.
Well, when I first started doing like podcasting and things, like my grandmother was one. I was talking to her over the phone like while I was working, and I was telling her how like I wanted to get out of the rat race and everything, and she was focused on the money aspect first, when money comes last until loss of riches. So she was saying, oh, like better not leave your job, or don't just go this straight into it. Make sure like you have like a plan and everything. But I took that risk. Like I didn't know what was all this. Like you guys really didn't give me no information. I feel like you guys did that for a reason. You and Carlos, when we was talking on the phone, you guys didn't really tell me anything about this. I basically had to take that risk first and find out. So I feel like it was a reason that you guys did that. Do you want to explain like the reason why you guys did that?
When we didn't give you information, how?
Like
Also,
basically on how it works and how the whole team or this feed into me, like how the whole organization is working.
I mean, I told you we gonna help you become the business. You also have your own platform, which now you do. And I was just telling you, it's the organization of leaders creating leaders. We're in the empowerment business. It's not transaction. It's the transformation, the person you become. And you also been watching the podcast as well. So I don't know, what clarity did you feel like you was lacking?
Like basically, the knowledge portion or being around you guys. I didn't have access to any of this, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Beforehand.
Yeah, beforehand.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I'm talking about before, like my mindset before. You guys didn't really give me like too much. You guys were just like feeding me like bits and pieces. But you guys wanted me to take the risk. I feel like that's why you guys didn't really like elaborate on the whole thing.
Think of it like this, is that he who pays attention. Me, myself, I've learned more as I continue going. If you're not all in, if you're not around 24/7, you're busy on a job, your mind, you're drifting to other areas. Whereas if you're all in, you're gonna say, this is what I want. I'm gonna make it happen no matter what. Best believe you're gonna get clarity, but if you're just busy with other things, you have other things going on and you're not as focused on the vision, how could you have all the clarity that you're supposed to? Me, myself, I'm still getting clarity more and more every day, but that's because this is what's occupying this is what I'm investing my time into. Make sense?
Yeah. So I know Carlos helped you, he helped me a lot as well. Did you kind of already like step foot into your purpose or know your purpose before Carlos, or did he like open like your eyes? And
like I said, your purpose changes over time, but definitely he opened my eyes a lot. Just not only him, just being around and being in this building, period. This is a growth building. The organization is growth, getting rid of your old ways, getting rid of weakness. I don't have my ancestors. I don't have my grandparents with me. When I moved over here, it was because my grandma died. So it was like, what they say could be true, but at the end of the day, it's like, you're not on the path that I want to go. You don't have the life that I want to live. You call me a hypocrite for not wanting to listen to them, but they're not best suited to send that message.
So like, you guys often bump heads a lot, like your parents and
not just my parents, my old circle. I don't even talk to them no more like that. They know what I'm on.
You separate yourself.
Elevation requires separation. If you're around the same people, bro, they're gonna bring you down to their level. Do you see LeBron James playing around here? Or Kyrie? Kyrie's from Jersey. Do you see him going to LA open runs?
Nah.
Why?
He has like his own private runs, but yeah, because you gotta separate yourself from, like, you probably get hurt and things like that playing with other people around and stuff. But also, if you play around, sometimes when I play around other people, that's probably not on my level. I'm not saying I'm the best player, but sometimes I play to that level.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't feel like myself.
Of course, you're not gonna perform the best. Like, it's just whatever. I do it all the time. But what I'm saying is, our mind is real estate. If you're around negative people or people that not on the same mission or vision as you, they're gonna drag you down to their level. They're gonna occupy your mind. How could I put it? For example, I don't want to bring the biblical terms, but just to put it in perspective, when Jesus and the Jews, when they was attacking him, did he stay there? There's times that Jesus went alone. He took that time to himself. You be a loner. It gives you time to think, to wonder, to seek new truths.
So when you separate, what do? You get off social media,
take time for yourself. Figure out your purpose. I have a question here for you when it comes to purpose. What are your strengths and talents? What brings you joy and fulfillment? What kind of person do you want to become? What are your deepest desires and dreams? What are the common themes or patterns in your life? What ways do I have that I have to get rid of to propel me to where I want to go? Who do I want to be? Be, do, have. You can't be the same person smoking, drinking, engaging in parties, not doing anything productive, and then want the best of the best. It's not how life works. Big risk, big rewards. I don't say no risk, no rewards. Big risk, big rewards. Focus on what you want, but do you know what you want?
So basically, you gotta be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Of course.
You gotta change your ways, change your mindset, change your circle. You gotta make a lot of changes just to follow your purpose. You can't stay in that mud, stuck. Get what you're saying? That's deep, man. So I also wanted to say about purpose is just stay consistent in what you're doing. Obviously, you got to change your ways, You gotta continue changing ways, change your circle. But people, when they go after a purpose, I know like in their mind they have that little voice in their head. That's why it's also good to have like positive mental attitude. Continue thinking positively. It's a book, A Power of Positive Thinking, that also helps me a lot. I read the full book. Well, I haven't read the full book yet, but
I haven't read it either. I listened to it like 3 times.
yeah. Another thing with listening to books, like I don't never like get to finish it. Like I would listen to it while I'm working out, but I don't really get to finish the books. But it's also that also helped me. Just a little bit of that book helped me just constantly thinking positive, because everything like what you see is what you like today. Oh man, today I had some negativity. Not me personally, but I was driving, and on the way here, this guy had cut me off. Usually I just let her rock. I don't say nothing, but I beat the horn, and then the guy did this. He went outside the window. He's like this, and I just laughed, because like now my mindset is changing. Like I don't feed into negativity. It's straight just positive. Even if I have negative thoughts, try to look at the other outcome of that. That has a lot to do with purpose as well, because when you're going through your purpose, there's going to be trials and tribulations, but you can't let that stop you.
1,000%. And think of it like this. Let's say, for example, because I'm going to bring this up because you told me about your sister, this and that, her situation. I ain't going to spend too much, but I'm going to use her as a scenario. Would you like to, let's say you're out driving, let's say you go to a restaurant or any situation, would you like to hear about her problems?
No.
Why? Would you want, if, let's say, would you want her BS to affect you would you want her drama to come to your table?
No.
Why not?
Because I want to focus on myself in a way, but I don't want, that's negativity.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if she's bringing negativity to your table, now imagine if you're coming to somebody else's table, would you want to bring your baggage to that table?
Absolutely not.
So treat others how you want to be treated. That's the power within, the power of compassion. Shout out to Anthony. He had me on a podcast. We were talking about compassion. And I said, treat others how you want to be treated. But that comes with your purpose, bro. There's going to be people that are going to tell you it can't be done. There's going to be people that tell you go the other way. That way isn't the best. But you never know until you go all in.
How do you deter like the people that you're with, like who to listen to? Do you see like their fruits, or like what do you do
Simple.
to know who to listen to?
Who brings out the best in me? Who do I enjoy being around? Who, when I'm around, forces me to level up? That's self-reflection. You went through the pain, now reflect, and you're gonna progress.
So who forced you to level up? So who forced you to be like uncomfortable?
Yeah, those individuals that bring out the best in
Who
you.
forced you to grow?
Like you said, your mindset changed. When do you feel like your mindset started changing?
Being around you guys. It's all a circle.
You are who you hang around. So when the people in our past, they try to come and put their 1, 2, 3 comments, why should he even let it? That doesn't even touch me, bro. But people, I genuinely don't care what others say about me, because I know who I am. What is your purpose? Figure out who you are and why you're here for. We all have a purpose, but do you know your purpose? Now I'd like to ask you a question when it comes to that.
What's up?
How do you want to make a difference in the lives of others?
I want to be that person when I'm around. I could be that light to people, and I could leave them better than when I found them. When I'm around them, they're constantly have it joyful. I could give them some knowledge, and I could see their life transform. I want to be the transformer of lives. Like you said, the transformation business, not the transaction business. I want to be able to constantly like feed into people, pour into people. And everybody might not be touched by me. Some people already has been touched by me just by me being around. That's why I want to consistently do. Continue to help people grow and not be stuck in the mud. Continue to just elevate.
That's what the organization, leaders creating leaders. I see you as a coach. I envision, you're already a leader, but you have to, like you say you want to pour into others, but like a water bottle, how we always say is, how could you pour in from a water bottle that's half empty? When you fill up your water bottle, you can then pour into others, but you can't do for others what you haven't done for yourself. Now you can help people become the business, because now you're a businessman, but you're still, I wouldn't say that you're maximizing your potential as much as you could be. Because He who works all day has no time to make money. Personal development, you said the job doesn't affect you, but I feel as it does, bro, because it's our attention span. 8 hours of our day, that's 1/3 of our day. Imagine if you were focusing those hours into you being the business, into yourself. You don't think you'll get more clarity? You'll have way more knowledge?
Yeah, for sure. I only said the job doesn't really affect me because, like, a lot of times I feel like I'm babysitting, bro. But I'm not really, like, doing, like, hard labor. But the thing I say that affects me the most is, like, I can't be places. I have to be at the job. So how I'm going to empower people if I can't be around them, you know, uplifting them? Just like you do, just like Carlos do. Carlos walk in the gym, he talks to everybody. Like this, his presence, like you can feel light. Same with you. Like when we have conversations, it's always like positive conversations. We may talk about some problems now and then, but
opportunities.
It's not our problems though. It's like around us, people around us. But our conversations is always like knowledge and always like light and positivity. Like every time I have a conversation with you, like I feel good. So
appreciate that.
That's what you say. Like when that's how you know like who to keep around. You know, people who push you, people who constantly motivate you. Although I don't like motivation, I like discipline. I always said that. I said that before. Like motivation is like a fire. Discipline is a light bulb. So that motivation, that fire is gonna go out someday. So that's why you always have to focus on discipline, because discipline is gonna stay. Like discipline with going to the gym, constantly work on yourself, work on your 5 pillars. That's why like my goals are surrounded around my 5 pillars. I have my goals written down. Just like I say, I have my purpose written down as well. I have my goals written down. It's just a different feeling when you have stuff written down. You can reflect. It gives you time to reflect on everything you wrote down. And now it may change. So now you could continue to write something else down, continue to add to it, or just tear out that paper and write something else. Like your mindset changes as you go through life. So to start on a blank sheet of paper. Like I was watching a live with Carlos before, and he was saying what was in your mind, and he gave you guys a blank sheet of paper. So I feel like that's a good exercise because your mind constantly changes as you go through life, and then it gives you a chance to know yourself as well.
And a question to you, what do you feel like is your purpose?
I feel like my purpose is also like helping people as well, and I also have my purpose written down, and my purpose is to use my voice and my experiences to bring people awareness and better their life. It is to build and be around a community of like-minded people so we better ourselves. I take care of myself for you, and you take care of yourself for me. Iron sharpens iron. If I'm iron, I can't be around wood because then I'll get dull. That's my purpose, is constantly build up a community or join a community who also is like-minded or the mind I'm trying to get to so I can elevate and separate myself from the wood.
Amen. And that's what we on.
Iron.
That's what we on. That's what we on. Any questions? You can wrap this up like 5 minutes, 5 more minutes.
Yeah, that was the last question that I had about the obstacles.
Okay.
Is there anything else on your mind right now or no?
Me? I mean, just what's my purpose? Help people accomplish their dreams. Most people never had that guidance. I want to be that person that I didn't have growing up. I have my older brother, but he also got lost in his way as well. So it was, I don't want to say difficult, but how could you follow someone that can't lead? I started playing basketball because of him. I learned a lot from him. Till one day I was like, he's the perfect example for what I don't want to be like. I want to inspire others. I want to show others it's possible to do whatever you want to do. You could make it happen. Just got to separate yourself. But also, I learned through my own experiences, he who pays attention. You give somebody, like I always said, you could show the horse where the water's at, but you can't force him to drink the water. Because you giving it, there's no such thing as something for nothing, but yet as well, when you give something to somebody for nothing, you give it to them for free, they're not going to value it.
Wow.
Sounds messed up, but that's just truth.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. Once again, I thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Write your purpose. Write your purpose. All right.
Thank you. The 2 cancels, that's the one.